Tonight's episode is sponsored by Wigs by Shelly and Karan. Please remember to follow us on Instagram so you don't miss out on our deals. Also, remember to like, comment, and share.
Yo, tea time! Auntie Shelly! Me have a bag of things for talk.
Good night, tea timers. Welcome to a very special episode with a very special guest. Her name is Melissa Fearon. Melissa, I call an angel, was beaten, raped, and left for dead. Now unable to walk. And she's here giving her testimony on her life, her struggles, her pain, left from this incident. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
Well, introduce yourself. Who was Melissa before the incident we're going to talk about? Talk to the camera and let them know who you were, what you liked.
Boy, there's so much to cover where that is concerned. I'm multi-talented, so I can't just say I was doing this and brag on it. You know, I've gone through a lot of journey. I'm a Gemini, so I'm a very creative-minded person. Everything I do is like entertaining or in the entertainment business. You know, I'm doing acting, music, dancing, everything. I just love entertainment.
All
From I was a
purpose.
child, I was into like theater arts group, you know, little people and them something there.
Creative minds.
Yeah, so I really into just expressing myself and, you know, but later on down, I decided that I wanted to, you know, start my own business. I did a tour company called 14 Parishes Tour, where I tour people around Jamaica in the spots where not in the guidebook, because I know about some place where enough people don't know about, you know.
So you were doing some tourism. You were about
yes,
to.
I went into the tourism thing because I was living in Arcobessa at the time, and I was doing a business with a friend, and that's where the whole tour guide thing came up. And I went and got my papers and said, yeah, man, I'm a tour guide now. And then things never work out there. So, and then I had to go back to Kingston and I was in Bull Bay. Cause I loved living near to the beach. You know, I started to take up surfing and, you know, continue to do my tour business over there. And it was really good. But then things happened. I decided I wanted to just explore some other parts of life. So I decided I wanted to go to Africa. So I went to Africa, you know, 'cause I love to travel. So I decided I wanted to go to the motherland, you know, 'cause I have that Rasta thing in me, 'cause my father is a Rasta thing. Anyway, went to Africa. It was a great experience. Came back and then, what was it again?
You were in a relationship though.
No, at that time I was just doing me, you know. Relationship for me is, it takes a lot out of you. And sometimes when you're in a relationship, you have to be focused on the person and whatever. I've been doing that too much
So everything.
in my life. So at that time I wasn't in a relationship. And anyway, this whole situation where people think that, because this is out in the media already, you know.
No, I don't want you to go how it's in the media. I want you to take us through. So that's who you were. That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Take us back to the night or the day, all right, of the incident that why you're here. It changed your entire life. What led up to this? What happened? And how we're going to move forward.
It wasn't just from that night. This man was like a terrorist in my life for
So
a
you
long
had a
time.
man in your life, like a boyfriend?
No, he wasn't we weren't in a relationship. We were just involved because there was no relationship there.
But there was some sexual contact.
Yes, at some point.
At some point.
Yeah.
Tell us from your perspective what happened during that time.
Well, at that time, I never had myself together and I was going through a lot of things even before that. And I was seeking some kind of refuge. So that's why I ended up going around him because him have a certain protection energy about him. So if you're around him, you'll feel safe, that kind of vibe, you understand? So that was the energy that caused me to go around this guy. It's not really because I did love him or I did want to be in a relationship with him or anything like that. And he understood this because we had a past already and they would part ways, you understand? So it's a long time I know this person. So I somewhat trusted him with my life. I never expected him to do something like this to me just because I don't want to be with him anymore. You understand? I just wanted to shut down everything because it wasn't working out.
Okay.
He was abusive.
Okay, I want to take our viewers through the story. So you're with a man, not really.
I can't say it was a relationship.
But were you living with him?
No, but I will be around him
Okay, so
for long periods of time.
Okay.
But I never.
And at some point, you wanted to separate and you told him.
Several times. I even start answering his calls, but then he started to threaten me. So the threats is like him drive a fear in me. I start to get scared of him. So anytime he call me, I have to answer him. He say, come check me, I have to go check him. It's like him did have me under this spell or something. Which apparently he did. But I don't have no proof, but based on certain things that were what I was going through, I was like, I wasn't myself. It's like I did in this.
Was there any sign of abuse?
Yeah.
So you were being abused?
Yeah, he used to beat me, he used to, do all kind of thing, force me to have sex with him when I don't want to. I have to be opening up myself to him. I don't want to be around him and I have to be forcing myself to be around him because I don't know what I'm going to do. Because it's not me alone him threatening my family too. And I don't know, it's like I just was living my life in fear. So I was just succumbing to all his.
But you don't have to be on that spell. That many women in an abusive relationship feels this, I can't escape. It's a syndrome that a lot of domestic, I've interviewed a lot of women and been around, and it's the same thing. They feel like they know they should leave.
But I leave, but every time I leave, he comes threaten me. For example, I was living at this place and I just started to live there like probably about 2-3 months, if so long. Anyway, one night because I parked my car over into the corner. So like I was trying to hide, but then he go over and look over into the yard and see the car. So he was just at the gate knocking, calling. The landlord come to me and say, somebody outside calling me. I said, no, tell him say I'm not here. So and then he's out there going on. So he's threatened the landlord. Then the landlord give me notice. So this is how he disrupt my life. So
you can't even hide in your own place.
Yeah, I can't.
And the landlord, that was disgraceful for you to do that.
Yes, it was awful.
So from there now, leading up to the incident, take us through that.
He had a phone for me. And I needed the phone because my next phone wasn't working. And anyway, he called me that day and I was telling him something and then I got mad on him and started to curse at him and tell him about whatever, expletives and thing. And anyway, later on in the evening now, he called and said, you need to link me, this, that, and the same badness energy. Anyway, I wanted to get my phone as well. Plus, I wanted to really talk to him and tell him, say, listen, man, I can't do this no more, man. And, like literally beg him, that was my plan. Anyway, when I reached, because I met him on the road and then we went back to his yard. I never went in his place same time. We're like outside, just sitting down, talking and whatever. Everything seemed calm, normal. That night was an unexpected night. It was, everything about it wasn't planned. You know, I couldn't see it coming. So it's really hard for me to fully explain it to you in detail, but I was there because I wanted to totally end it with this brother here. Because it was really taking a toll on me and I just couldn't take it no more. And I just said, you know what, tonight I'm going to have to put my foot down. I'm going to have to, you know, really try to end this. No matter how I tell him I don't want this no more, this is like it not soaking in. Him drive fear into me. Him threaten my life, him threaten my family life. But that night I was just really trying to reason with him, you know? Because it's a long time I know him and I trusted him. I was just, you know, when you're trying to just connect with someone and say, listen man, you know? And I wanted to let him know that he's virgin, you know, me has always been friending, you know, but certain things I feel stop now. Because spiritually I was trying to uplift myself too, and I know being around somebody like him is like I canceling out what I'm doing. You understand? So we started to talk, reason. But then when I started to reflect back on the things that he was doing, it's like it got him angry because him don't like when I bring up back what him did do, but I have to bring these things up, you know? So him can understand the seriousness of the situation.
And the pain that he has put you through.
Yeah, because him drives so much fear into me is that I don't know myself anymore. I can't have a normal life because anybody him see me with him probably try to kill them or something. You know, I couldn't, everywhere I go, him follow me. If I'm at work, him stalk me there. Anywhere, him find me. Because I'm not that hard to find. You know, him know my spots. Anyway, we there talk and it just spewed out into like a fight between me and him then. Until him pin me down and start beat me up and
physical fight, so he start to beat you.
Yeah, because him want to get through to me to say him in control. You know, them narcissistic controlling. Yeah, you know, it's like him said to me already, say if him can't have me, nobody can have me. So when somebody says something like that to you, that means say, you know,
they will take your life.
Yeah.
Literally.
So even talking about it make my heart just a race. It's like I can
take your time. Take your time. You need any water? You all right?
I'm okay. Because at this point right now, I try not to feel sorry for myself and I'm not having a pity party, you understand? Because I wasn't forced to be around him. I chose to be around him because I thought, you know, I'm a virgin and yeah, we'll have sex and whatever, but I just didn't really have him as a bucketive then. Like when you run into trouble, because it's trouble why I ended up around him, you know. Like a safety net then, you know, if you want to call it that. And it just turned around on me because we started to have sex again and then it did just clog up in brain and things like, oh, we get her back now. Or, you know, but it wasn't that. Because I told him from day one, from I set foot back around him, I said to him, like, listen, we now get back together, you know, we're just apart right now, coming up a relationship thing with you and whatever, that now go work out. And him agree at first, but then it spiral until him say, me you dead on this and that. And
so carrying you right back to the night. So you were in the middle of telling us that you were telling him that you wanted it over. It was enough. And he started to pounce on you, beat you.
Him just, and then if he had sex with me in a normal like way.
So I'm going to use the word. So during the beating, he graped you. We have to say the word graped on YouTube.
Graped.
Graped.
Yeah.
So you're describing this as
it wasn't normal graped.
Okay, so you have to tell me what was different about this sexual encounter, forced sexual encounter.
The one rough. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can say it out of my mouth.
Well, you
Sorry.
can say it and then we can beep it or not say it if you want to share. Or I don't want to push you in a place where
Well,
you
it's
don't.
already out there. I mean, I just feel so disgusted to repeat it. But people need to understand that you have to know the people them where you're entertaining their life. The man never raped me in my vagina or grape me in my vagina.
Don't say any. We will use our imagination and
So if I'm saying he didn't do it in my vagina, then people can figure it out.
what happened after that traumatic.
I thought I was going to die because I'm saying if he's going to do that to me, I don't think he's going to make me get away and, I don't know how I'm going to react to it or whatever. I start to get scared now because from him do that, it's like him really cross the line, When I tried, at one point, I just tried to get away. I ran through the door. I was naked.
So you got away.
Not really. I was trying to get away. I ran through the door and I ran. And I'm naked. I don't want any clothes. As soon as I could get out the room, I didn't even think of putting on my clothes. I just wanted to get out. And I drove there and I didn't even take up the car key. I just ran through the door naked, like I lost my mind or something, I don't know. Then he ran after me, because morning light out now by this time. It's not night anymore. This is like probably 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, I'm not sure.
How long
I
do
don't
you
even
think
remember.
this beating and how long were you? It's this torment, this torture. How many hours? Like what's...
It was hours, man, because I would say, I can't be sure.
Nobody heard you screaming. Nobody called the police.
But they couldn't do anything about it. Because it's his family that live in the surroundings. So even if his sister heard what was going on, she can't do anything about it. She's not going to get involved then. You know what I mean? Even though she know that, yes, it's a woman, she just not going to get involved. Because she will be afraid of her brother doing her something because she get involved. Everybody fear him. Him drive fearing people, So
when you escaped,
I didn't escape.
you didn't escape.
I ran till he catch up with me. He grabbed me and pulling me back to where I was running from. And in the midst of all of that, we were right against a gully. And I was fighting myself, trying to get out of his grip, still fighting. And then I just felt him push me into the gully.
Into the gully?
Yeah. So after that, I don't remember anything because I hit my head. And so I was unconscious. So after that, I don't remember what happened. I don't know how I came out of the gully. I just woke up in the hospital 3 days later.
3 days later, you woke up?
Yeah, in KPH.
And what did the doctors tell you? What were your injuries?
I had a lot of injuries.
What is the condition of those injuries? I'm... No, we have a blanket. So just tell the people why you have a blanket on. Just tell them.
Well, I don't know when I can pee, so I'm wearing a catheter. And I can't feel anything from the waist down. So I'm a paraplegic.
Can't walk.
Can't walk. But I'm not saying I can never walk. With the help of God, I'm going to try and walk again. Based on my injuries, I have a T10, T11 spinal cord injury. And I think that it's a possibility I can walk, but I have to find the right facility, to get the help that I need in terms of treatment. Because there are so many advanced treatment out there that I know could help me, but it also takes money. So that's what I'm trying to work on right now as well.
Well, Mel, I am really sorry this happened to you. Tea Time, myself, and Robert Collins, we have been praying over you and also been having meetings on how we can help you to your recovery for you to walk. So tonight was to, let people know about your story, because we are looking into possibilities of Cuba, and there's places all over the world, but we know that it's going to take a lot of money. It's not free, it's not cheap, but there are people who are in your corner. And I wanted to take the opportunity to ask my tea timers right now to please support Melissa Fearon. I'm going to leave the link in the description, and it is to raise funds for her to go, most likely Cuba. We're still speaking to what's the best for her condition, but this is going to run at least 50,000 US, if not more. I'm asking everyone to open up your hearts and whatever you can. Melissa cannot walk. She needs help. She cannot work how she used to. So you're literally trying to find means of income, even your income.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's stressful, and especially getting used to the wheelchair life as well has been very, very demanding and difficult. But I have great mentors, Big up Willie One Locks.
Big up everybody that supports you.
Yeah.
These are the people that need to get the big ups.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I'm talking about, because I have mentor, because having a mentor is very important in this situation that I'm facing, because I have to relearn everything again, every single thing, and I have to be aware of every part of my body, because the fact that I am can't feel anything from the waist down, I have to, constantly work my legs. I have to go to therapy, and still keep active as I can, because I have to try to start on my own. I can't just wait until, and
so even now, even without the going somewhere, the expense for you to do physiotherapy, to get all of the stuff you need actually to live.
Yeah.
How do you get an income right now?
I don't have an income. I sold my car, and that's the money that I've been kind of trying to live with from the whole incident. I mean, other family members have been pitching in.
This just happened in March.
Yes. So I have family members all over hear about what happened to me and they send me some money. But I mean, it can't really do everything. So I know I need to try to figure out how I'm going to get financially independent as well, you know.
I have to ask you this. Do you fear for your life?
Yes, I still fear my life because he, based on what he did to me, it just seems like he would just try probably get rid of me. Probably if he, not to say like he might do it, but they say, you know, he might, you know what I mean? Like the way Jamaica run is like, he don't have to do it himself, you know what I mean? He can just say, do that and it happen. So I have to constantly be knowing where I'm going and I can't just leave myself careless, you know what I mean? I have to really consider where I'm going when I'm going on the road.
So you're still living in fear, you're still traumatized even to this day.
Yes.
How do you feel about, you reported this to the police?
Yes.
Right? It's a case, so we're not going to talk about the case. But how do you feel generally about your safety? Does the police check on you?
No, they don't.
So how do you know how the case is going? Who is keeping in contact with you?
Well, that's the police that's on the case. Sometimes he will contact me, but he doesn't really update me on things. Like sometimes court will be going on and I don't know.
Court can be going on and you don't know. You're the victim.
Exactly.
So that's kind of unbelievable for me to absorb. Sorry about that.
And by the way, you said if I didn't try to get out of it, I got to the point where I reported him to the police before all this happened. And the police didn't do anything. So I did guts up and go to the police. I told my family about it. I wasn't keeping it a secret. But they all just think I'm delusional or something.
They didn't believe you. They didn't
No,
believe.
they believe what I'm saying, but they're just saying, just stop talking to him. But they don't understand if I stop talking what and what.
Yeah, they didn't believe that what domestic violence, how hard it is, and what a lot of women go through. Right?
It's like it take over your whole mind. I was even suffering from anxiety. Like I feel like I couldn't breathe sometimes, you know? I was just not myself. Like I was in a trance or something.
Did he try to contact you? Any remorse from this incident? Or you're not listening? You didn't. You're over that part of your life.
He did. And he make his family reach out to me too. Because he think that if, I don't know, if him think himself sorry, I'm just going to drop this whole thing. That's why I feel afraid, because I'm not going to drop it.
You want justice?
Yes, I have to live like this. No, I can't just let this happen and I don't do anything about it. And, you know, I just thank God that He keep me alive so that I could share this, because other girls never get the chance. So I'm speaking out for those girls that died and never get a chance. If you're in an abusive relationship and you fear, like, don't go against your intuition, act on it. Because if I tried harder to get out of, you know, his energy, or everything is energy. He had bad energy. I know I need to separate myself from him. I shouldn't even go around him in the first place. But I made that choice and I have to live with it. But
you going around somebody does not warrant any of this happening to you. But I do appreciate the message you said earlier that we really need to know. Sometimes we meet people and we don't know their heart,
yeah,
and we don't know their soul, and we don't know their capabilities, and we really need to know who we're dealing with. Okay?
yeah. Because I knew who I was dealing with. I'm not going to lie. I met him, I know he had his background, I know, where he was coming from and everything.
Would you call him a bad man?
Yeah.
So you knew the possibilities, but this
I
doesn't
didn't know
mean
he was going to do this too.
that you deserved any of this. This is not something that, anybody, any woman, we must stop this blaming, because what we're having in our society is that there's hardly any men that are valuing women anymore, right? And it starts with a hit, it starts with a little rough up, and it escalates and it escalates and it escalates. But yes, I do believe that we need to be careful, because you never know what somebody's, I would say, demons would do. And if they possibly do it to other people in different ways, they could do it to anybody else. I want you to speak to, because I believe that you are alive today for a purpose. And I truly believe it must be a message to, you already said it, but I just want you to send a message to all victims that are actually subjected to domestic violence right now. What would you tell them?
Boy, it's hard to really tell people how to be when they're in a domestic situation, because it affects us in many different type of ways, But you have to be honest with yourself and not allow it to happen over and over again, because that's when you won't be in control. So from you see it happen one time, that's it. From you see the red flag one time, you don't need 2 red flags. I think that we women have dropped our standards based on how society is and whatever. Because I think I dropped my standard by being with this guy. I'm not trying to behave like I'm on a high horse or anything or better than anybody, but me and him wasn't supposed to be, based on where we come from. And my principle and his principle, his lifestyle, my lifestyle were totally opposite. But I don't know, it was a physical thing for me, why I ended up with him in the first place, because I never wanted him as a man in my life. It was just sex. That's all it was for me. But then he took it more than what I wanted. And then, that's what happened to me. When I should have just cut it from when I had sex at that first point. Yeah, and then move on. It might sound cold, but that's what I should have done. Because there's nothing there for me and that guy. I never love him. I never had no long-term goal for him to say at least, have a child for him or something like that. Nothing like that.
So there wasn't any deep connection, but yet you're suffering.
I had him as my brethren, my little tug man, what I have. Because I had that mentality at that time. You understand? I have different phases, different stages of my life. When I met him, I was going through a phase and a stage. And it just spiraled down. And then when I ready to now totally cut him out now, as I say, I have my spiritual growth dealing with. And that's what made me just never wanted to have that connection with no more. The sex part was just, because when you're growing spiritually, sex have to put on the back burner because sex carry energy. So if you're having sex with somebody who is like him, it's going to transfer on you. But
that was the reason why you were pulling away from him?
Yes, because it wasn't working. It was like clashing what I was trying to work on in my life. I got even baptized. That's how far I went. Because I'm saying, no, man, I need to change. And, because I got through so much that I just was trying to see if I go and baptize and go into the church, maybe things might get better, things might change. But it still didn't. Because I was in this bad
entanglement.
You understand?
With bad energy.
Yeah.
Demon spirits, really.
I think that man did something to me, I swear. Because normally I'm stronger than making no man conquer me and them thing there. I'm a very strong person in terms of like fighting back and thing. But it's like I couldn't fight this man because I just would get afraid of him. Afraid of what I'm going to do. Because I know him will do it. So, fear can do a lot. Why women don't want to say anything, but you have to figure out a way. You have to figure out the way. Go to the commissioner of police, try something. I don't know. Because maybe if I try harder to get away from him, like that type of way, maybe I could have got to something. I didn't try hard enough. So what he did to me is like I succumbed to it.
Mel, I don't want you to absorb what he did. I mean, yes, accountability on what you could always, but what he did is just absolutely the lowest of the low. Like, this is demonic behavior that is just, it's just nothing. If you wanted to leave, or if you didn't want to leave, or you wanted to stay, or if you find you with somebody, it doesn't matter. Okay? It don't even matter what the condition is. We must stop blaming ourselves and already the situation physically is so bad for you. Please do not own anything. The beating, the grape, him trying to kill you, that's all his behavior. Okay? And I don't care how much you can fight. We were not made to fight. So any man that touch a woman, much less what he did, they're weak. And I'm just sorry that you had to encounter such a creature.
That's good too.
Tea timers, I am asking you tonight to help Melissa, help with her food, Pampers, right? We have to make people understand that this is just not a normal change for you. You need a place to live. You're not working. I'm asking for everyone to please rally behind a spiritual sister. She's here, and she's here giving her testimony for others to avoid the same problem. Once them hit you, please to leave. Please to leave.
I'm telling you. I'm serious, you have to. Don't make it happen again and again and again. That's the mistake I made. Because I allow it to happen.
For security reason, I'm going to leave Tea Time email address, or you can contact Shelly. I will contact Shelly, me. That would be me. All right. One of my team members to provide a number for support. I don't want to give out any number for her. I don't want to put her in any more jeopardy, but just know that we are going to be watching this story. We are going to be following up this story. So, just letting you know, we are going to be watching the developments of this story. And anything up to you, we're going to need some answers. So we're not putting that into the universe, but Jamaica is not a normal place as you know it. So we have to, may I let everybody know that I am watching over you. I am.
Guardian angel.
Them say I'm a guardian mix up. I'm going to come over.
Jaja.
Thank you. Thank you for making it here.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, that's the first thing in healing. You have to speak your truth. That's the next thing. In the journey of going through something like this, that's the first thing you have to do. Just
Speaking truth.
Be honest with yourself. So you have to take responsibility for your actions. That's the only way you're going to overcome. If you constant lie to yourself, how are you going to overcome something? You understand? This is when you find yourself facing certain realities where you know you can't help yourself anymore, you're incapacitated. You have to really come to terms with who you are. You have to get in touch with your inner, so speaking my truth right now is the most important thing. I can't lie to myself anymore. So even though this happened to me and is like the worst thing that could ever happen to me in my life, in some ways it's the best thing because now I know who I am. It's like, I wouldn't say it made me a better person, but it made me a better person. No. I know how important it is to make the right choices for yourself,
It's about valuing you.
Yeah. Loving
yourself.
Putting yourself first. Well, God first, but then
God first. But loving yourself is putting God
yes,
first,
Yes.
God wants us to love ourselves and value ourselves. Yeah. And when you value yourself, then you actually will look around and see the type of company and what you accept.
Exactly.
Into your space.
It have to be somebody that is in your energy field, if you want to call it that. Because if you're around bad energy, it's going to rub off on you. If you're around people that don't respect life certain way, it's going to rub off on you. So, people, speak your truth. Be honest with yourself. And, if somebody is out there that is facing something similar where they're with a man that is threatening them, there must be a way out. Don't stay in it.
I just want to thank you again for sharing your story. Her link is in the description. I am pleading. Please give Melissa a second chance to walk. Give her a second chance to live a normal life that many of us take for granted. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Your tea time, Auntie Shelley. Me have a bag of things for talk.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Wigs by Shelly and Karan. Please remember to follow us on Instagram so you don't miss out on our deals. Also remember to like, comment, and share.